Just as I thought, everything has changed here. The dialogue and the NPCs. 54? They're still tough nuts to crack, aren't they? Well, too bad. I'm taking all your grapes, you jerk. Bracelet evasion types. I heard the merchants say they'd seen a horrifying monster around here. You should really hear the story from them.
Hello.
Okay, so they're all happy again. Maybe. Whoa, Death Cleaver, that's really good, but I think I need to buy that manually. Used to follow the path of the sacred flame, but these days not so much. They still didn't regain their faith despite us saving them. Oh well. I toil away the fields each and every day. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Soul stones, the good ones too. Ah, quest. It's a disgrace, that's what it is. He's raising the price to use the mills again. But it's not like I've got any choice. Can't mill my wheat without a windmill, so what am I supposed to do?
Greetings.
This village is famous for its windmill. See that one over there? Steal all your fruit. No one's in jail anymore? Okay, good. 18%? Well, this lady's really strong.
Greetings.
There's a cave to the east up here. It houses an ancient altar inside its dark depths. The altar of Galdura. Or at least one of them. It's possible we haven't seen the last of that evil god yet. Hidden item. A man who lives in the village with his wife who fell into depression after his son died of disease. Where'd the treasure go? It's all the way over here. The prison. Coin. Discount the inn. Guide of Ease. Of course, I don't have Ophelia with me right now since I'm trying to balance my party. Hidden item in Wispermill somewhere. And a lot of these hidden items aren't always that good. Another hidden item. Where? I see it. More plentiful provisions. The Yggdrasil staff is not that great, is it? Spared in Mattias' staff, but that's about it. Heck is with this kid? Why does he suddenly have a quest? Nate's been acting strange lately. He just sighs all the time. I wonder what happened. Is this happened because I completed Ophelia's quest? He's sick, or at least that's what the grown-ups say. They say he can't be cured with medicine. Oh no, what do we do? Ah. I want to be friends with Melanie, but how? Don't tell me he's lovesick. I wonder what she thinks of me. Ah, let me guess. I have to inquire or scrutinize her. It looks like it's getting worse. Yeah. I wish we could find a cure. Do you know what it's called, Daryl? I think they called it love sickness. The heck? Also, let's see what I can steal from you. Unbelievable. Wow, these kids are really tough to scrutinize, aren't they? I actually wanted to go to the cathedral because I heard I could actually buy something here now that I completed Ophelia's. Oh, there he is. Bishop of the town's cathedral. He renounced marriage and instead adopted a young boy as his own son many years ago. Steal... Staff of Wonders is easy. Battle-tested staff, not so easy. How expensive is it, by the way? Pretty damn expensive. Let me save first to see if I can get a discount. Okay, there's trouble banter at this bar. The heck? Cyrus, you really could stand and learn a thing or two about the hearts of women. I could? Yes, but don't worry, I'd be happy to help. I have a feeling I may be in trouble here. Come on, just think of it like a storm. You can't stop it, so just write it out. Are you two having a conversation through glances alone? Or not at all, it's nothing. Isn't that right, Farian? Right. Is that so? Now listen up, Professor. You need to choose your words more carefully. Has my language been somewhat improper? On the contrary, you're too eloquent for your own good. Women like charm and eloquence in a man, this is true. But when you shower a girl with flowery words, she's bound to get ideas in her head. You have a face that girls are like to fancy. You do better not to raise false hopes. That was not my intention. I mean, I had no idea. I think that's her point. Of course, if you do have a true interest in a woman, you can whisper sweet sentiments to your heart's desire. Don't assume your feelings are communicated as if by magic, like some men seem to believe. Why are you looking at me? Because you're precisely who I'm talking about. I swear, if I could only mix you two together, I might have a real gentleman. See, since I completed Ophelia's quest, it seems that some of these bars will now have banter in them. The good news is I can't really miss these. The bad news is I'm definitely gonna need a guide in order to find them all. Plus, I'll probably have to complete every single story mission in order to unlock every single tavern conversation. I've designed a new model of windmill, not to boast, but it's far more efficient than the ones we already have. Alas, for some reason, nobody's willing to give it a try. It could save these people a fortune, but everyone's stuck in their old ways. If only I could find my first customer, I'm sure my luck would change. Can I your 100%. Good. Admit it now. Come with me. Okay, I think I need to drag him back all the way to Wispermill. The other option is to fight the guy who raised the prices, but I'd rather not fight more than I have to.
Speaking of which...
Excuse me, but might it be that you've been unable to use the mills and experiencing some trouble? Well, yes, actually, I have. The owner suddenly raised the fee on the mills. Then please use my windmill. I went to all the trouble to make it, but no one has even given it a try. I'm only charging the bare minimum. I'll even help transport your wheat. Well, that sounds quite wonderful. I suppose I'll take you up on your offer then. I know I'm not the only one who's been stuck with their crop piling up and no way to mill it. I'll tell the others too. That would be a great boon to me. Don't worry, you won't regret trying my mill. And all I got was some money. Told me I'd get some weapons or something too. No one is using my mills any longer. How could this have happened? Haha. I showed you. Yeah, making easy money, huh? He's only trying to deceive... this guy is not quite an honest businessman.
Hello.
Apparently I could... he's not very strong either. Only 4 stars. He'd probably fold really easily. Who the heck are you? I plucked all their precious little flowers. Serves them right for telling on me. Furry 6? This is... What the heck is with this evil child? Looks like I might need that river blossom for something. It's pretty easy to buy off. That's mine! Always looking for a bargain. Well, you're the one who decided to sell it to me. Where are you... it's not like I'm even physically capable of stealing it. Okay, scrutinizing is gonna take some retries. A bully who picks on the other children of Saintsburg, Bridge. Though he seems to take pleasure in playing tricks on others, deep down he only wants to be liked by everyone. Most intriguing. Okay, somehow this flower is supposed to help you. River Blossom.
Oh.
I know this flower. This is Melanie's favorite. Only 400 leaves. Why don't you give it to her then? I'm sure she'd be happy to have it. I'll give it a try. Thanks. Melanie? Somehow I find it funny that Cyrus, who's at the head of the party for this quest. Yes? I got this for you. Do you want it? I heard you like flowers, and I hope you can like me too. Great job, Nate. Yeah. Melanie? I'm sorry, but I can't take this flower from you. You see, I like Emil. Me? Oh no, that was supposed to be a secret. This is an awkward way to end the quest. Hey Nate, I was surprised too. Oh, what should I say? What's the problem now? You've both done nothing wrong. So cheer up already. We're all friends here, aren't we? You're right, Daryl. We're friends, and I'm going to help Nate however I can. Thank you. But right now, I'd like to be alone. Sorry. Poor Nate. I've only ever seen grown-ups with that look on their face. Does that mean he's becoming a grown-up too? Badge of friendship. What kind of equipment is this? Oh, wow, that could actually be pretty good once I start moving on to the advanced jobs.
No way.
Just my luck. The girl I like ends up liking someone else. But maybe Emil's a better match for her anyway.
But
I had no idea Melanie liked me. But now that I know, wish I do. I heard the grown-ups talking again. They call this a love triangle. Alright, got some more travel banter. What are you two doing? Are those cards? That's right, we were about to play a game. You should join us, Ophelia. That sounds like fun, but I have no idea how to play. Not to worry, we can explain the rules to you. It'll be a nice little break for us all. Well, if you're offering, how can I refuse? And that's how it started. What we thought would be a nice little break turned out into something we never expected. Oh-ho, the 8 of swords and 3 of them no less, a promising hand. 'Tis easy to know Tressa's hand, for she shows her delight and dismay plainly on her face. The problem is, what does Ophelia have? He. Her constant smile makes her impossible to read. She must have a tell, but I've yet to find it. Well, I have 2 pairs, 3 of swords and 5 of cups. I have 3 of a kind, the 8 of swords. I've got 4 of the same, 6 of saves, right? Unbelievable, Ophelia wins again. A deft player to be sure. How'd you do it, Ophelia? Hey, I just let the flame guide me. I see, you eschew greed and let nature take its course. Let nature take its course? What kind of strategy is that? We all have that choice. Fight for what you desire or let the chips fall where they may. Hey, Ophelia can get random items too. Oh no. What's the matter, Tressa? Someone told me a ghost story, but I can't stand ghosts. They're so scary. I suppose the notion of spirits can be somewhat terrifying. And you know what else is terrifying? Thunder and debts and... Debts? That's a strange one. Strange? Then what are you afraid of? Now there's a question. I'm most interested in knowing what can wilt the unbending blade. Well, I am a poor swimmer, though that is more a weakness than a fear. Well, that's a surprise coming from a man of action like yourself. I swam a little as a child, but then forgot the skills I grew into manhood. Too much muscle, I warrant. You probably sink like a stone. Mayhap. What of you, Cyrus? Do you have any weaknesses? I have a sneaking suspicion that it may be singing. A suspicion? Well, whenever I give voice to a song, people look at me with the queerest expressions. Also, they say things like, "Good thing you're a scholar, sir, and not a bard." Well, now I'm curious. Why don't you sing something for us? Perhaps one song then. I do enjoy a good ballad, after all. Ahem. Well, what do you think? Tressa, is something the matter? Best leave her be. I believe she is in the midst of ruining her curiosity. It's really hard to get these to activate. They seem kind of random. So what's with the 2 rings on your necklace, Honnet? They are keepsakes from my parents. I touched them for luck before a hunt. A foolish superstition, I know. But I remember holding it tight before my first hunt. After that, it became habit. I guess hunters need all the luck they can get, so I'm not surprised they'd believe in things like charms and rituals. I don't think it's limited to hunters. I have one as well. You mean praying to the flame? No, not exactly. Every morning after reading scripture, I wish for a blessed day, before carefully placing a bookmark between the pages I had been reading. The bookmark I use is actually a pressed flower that I picked from a secret place I know. That is a fine ritual. May it continue up to blessed by days. Oh, I do hope so. What about you, Pyrian? Do you have any rituals or superstitions? Of course, thievery is as prey to fortune's caprice as hunting. So what are your superstitions? When I break into a house, I always enter with my right foot, and I knock on the door first. Lightly, of course. I never look portraits in the eye or steal from children's saving boxes. Also, stay, how many hast thou? As many as I need to make off with my prize. I cannot decide if that makes you overly superstitious or eminently practical. Hold on, did I get your quest yet?
Well,
Treasure hunting's my passion. Search for the lost loot of House Landar. Fame for Horn Treasure. League of Gentlemen Discoverers. Wow, I can do multiple things. This notebook belongs to the Landar family. Here, a secret hiding place. That must be where the treasure lies, so I was right all along. I tell near everyone I meet that I'll be a great treasure hunter. But most folk just laugh, stop idle dreaming and live in the real world, they say. But being a treasure hunter is all about dreaming. It's in the nature of the trade. Mayhap it was just a childish fancy that I'd done better to forget when I grew to be a man. But I don't see how I could. Might as well tell a man to stop loving. Today's the day I leave farming behind and become the treasure hunter I was meant to be. It's all thanks to you. We'll meet again, friend. Out there on the winding roads. Some money and jam. Why, fresh baked bread. Delicious. A crunchy crust, a soft doughy inside, and the center of it all, a dollop of wild strawberry jam. Gosh, Honnet, these are rather tasty. I'm happy that they please me. Make it the effort worthwhile. Wait, you made these? Valneet's not looking so surprised. I was given a jar of rose hip and strawberry jam. Then I asked the local tavern keeper if I might borrow in his oven. 'Twas the work of a morning. I wish I knew how to bake. In the church, it's nothing but porridge and tack most days. I could teach in fee if you wishest. Truly? Why, that would be splendid. What do you call this particular confection? Sweet dough is a popular treat in my home village. Frankly, I would never have expected you to be such a good cook. Wherefore thinkest thou so? Hunters spending long days and nights out in the woods. It behooveth us to know when how to prepare in meals, lest we starve in there. Needs must, huh, eh? Well, as my professor always said, necessity is the greatest teacher. Necessity, yes. Yet it pleaseth me even more than that others find my cooking agreeable. Perhaps next time I catch some game, I could make in a stew seasoned with forest herbs. With wild turnips on the side and apple sauce, and... I think Hannes found a new calling. Say, Sir Ulbrich, about that thing on your arm. My bracer, do you mean? It looks like it would fetch quite a price. Is that so? Are you going to appraise it? Can you tell how old it is? Who made it? Where it came from? Not quite, I've just got a hunch, that's all. Oh. Certainly, it is of ancient provenance, passed down through generations of knights sworn to protect the king. Surely it has seen countless battles and warded the blow of countless swords. Hey, I knew it. I can tell with just a glance. Sir Ulbrich, let me buy it off you. I'll make it worth your while. It is a symbol and token of the comrades who served before me. I could not possibly sell it. Aw. You mustn't give in so easily, my little merchant girl. Little? Hey, Primrose, have you always had that necklace? Why, is your gut telling you it's a valuable treasure too? I don't know about that, but it sure is unusual. What do you say, Primrose? Want to sell it? Sorry, it has a lot of sentimental value to me. Aw, you guys are no fun. Ugh. Ulbrich, are you alright? You're moving very gingerly. My back is terribly sore. The last few days have been hard ones. Want me to take a look? If you wouldn't mind, Alphen. What's the prognosis, Alphen? It'll clear up. Nothing to worry about. I'll mix up a salve that'll help, but you have to avoid overdoing things. Very well. You certainly know your stuff, Alphen. Perhaps you can help me too? You see, my shoulder's been very stiff in recent days. Leave it to me, Primrose. Stiff joints are one of my specialties. Just bend your arm like so. Right, and I'll need this knot of muscle here. Ooh, that does feel good. Ah, much better. Told you I can fix anything. You just gotta ask is all. Apothecaries are most useful. I like having an apothecary around. I really can't tell the conditions to get new travel banters, even when I have all the required party members. It's like I have to move between each tavern randomly and hope I find it. Oh, no, that's the best drink I've had in a long time. You said the same thing last time too. I did? Well, I'm speaking the truth. Here, have a taste of that. Not bad. You boys look like you're having fun. Ah, Primrose, pull up a seat and join us. I'd be delighted. Do you want me to pour you more? That'd be grand. We've got lots to talk about after all. Not bad at all. Hey, a nice chat. That sounds perfect. Z. Oh, they dozed off. I suppose they were tired. Oh, they look so cute, snoozing away like that. That was a short one. I've got a question. Are you any good at writing letters? Letters? Can't say I am. Talking's quicker. I have to write letters. When I put my thoughts to paper, they become clearer to me. So, do you deliver them as well? Yes, if there was someone I would have known my feelings, I'd give the letter in person. That's mighty wise of you. A letter is important, and you don't want some daft fool losing one. Are you speaking from experience? It's like this. I kind of messed up once a long time ago. Oh? I was still just a kid. There was a girl in our village called Mercedes. Me and her and my buddy Zeph would play together from dawn to dusk most days. When Zeph and I sidled into the night, she'd bring us sweets she baked. But then one day we found out she was going to be sent off to live with distant relatives. Way over to the other side of the Middle Sea, she was going. Chances are we'd never see her again. How sad. Well, Zeph wrote her a letter and he gave it to me. Said he was too shy to give it to her himself and asked me to deliver it for him. Turns out he was sweet on Mercedes. Heh, the plot don't thicken. Of course I said I'd deliver his letter. I was his best pal after all. So on the day Mercedes was leaving, I headed to her house. But there I found that her coachman had suddenly taken sick and was too ill to drive the cart. I gave him a salve and some medicine, and after a while he was back on his feet. You can imagine, I was pretty chuffed with myself that I could help. But Mercedes looked so sad sitting up there on top of the cart. Thank you, she said, but why didn't Zeph come to say goodbye? That was the last I saw of her. I headed back home ruminating about this and that. But clean forgetting about Zeph's letter. By the time I remembered, it was too late. Oh, found it's not. Somehow I'm not surprised. So what did you do with the letter? I gave it back to Zeph with my apologies, along with some fish from the river. Taught me a good lesson, that little incident did. Oh, what was that? Deliver your own letters. Words to live by. Just so. There was quite a crowd here before. Whatever was the occasion? A wedding parade, they were saying. You don't say. I've assisted at a number of weddings myself. Indeed, wakes and weddings alike all fall within the purview of the Church of the Flame, do they not? That's right. Needless to say, weddings are far more lively and extravagant. The highlight is when the bride and groom stand before the priest and blow out the 12 candles. 12 for each god. That's when the couple makes their vow to the 12 gods, right? Yes, although the precise words of the vow often differ depending on the local custom. They usually involve making a promise to face any hardships together and praying for the gods to watch over them. After the vows have been said, the newlywed blow out the candles. Come to think of it, I remember seeing a long wall of white cloth hung up around the candles. Indeed, the bride's family provides the cloth, but do you know the reason for it? I figure it was merely to keep out the breeze. In a sense, it is said that ill winds blow out from the afterworld when couples make the vows. The white sheets form a barrier between this world and the next, keeping death and misery at bay. You don't say. Live and learn, eh? When the time comes for either of you to be wed, I'd be honored to preside over the ceremony. Sure. I shall keep that in mind, should such a day come, that is. Tell me, Ulbrich, how do you keep your skills as sharp as you do? Well, each day I practice various sword strokes and do exercises to build my strength. I always work on the fundamentals, for these are the foundations upon which all fighters must build. A wise choice. What about you, Furion? Do you do any training? Nope, never was one for practice sake. For me, experience is the best teacher. I see, I have an idea. What say we train together? Didn't you hear what I just said? A man cannot achieve such remarkable agility just by sitting in the ale house. So he must train, and yet he claims otherwise. The question is, why? Look, I think training together is a splendid idea. In fact, I think I'll join you. What's the expression? Two's company and three's even better? Something like that? Fine, but just this once, okay? It's a deal. Then let us go outside and begin. Cyrus, what in the hells were you thinking out there? Are you talking about the recent battle? I was only doing my part. Well, you damn near cast that one spell right in my head. That is because you were standing where it needed casting. Fine. Speaking of which, Ulbrich, I cannot help but notice that you seem fond of charging in head first. Well, he is a close-range type, so he doesn't have much of a choice. This is how I do battle. I know no other way. Then might I suggest you peruse a book or two on tactics. It is most vexing to have one's allies running willy-nilly into the path of one's spells. Yeah, what are these two arguing about this time? I see, it is my duty to stand at the van and stop the foe. If I fail to do this, then you do not have time to weave your magic. Magic we need, for there are some foes that can only be filled by your spells. You are quite right. I'm only effective for as long as you can protect me. And when my spells fail, Furion is there to sneak in and deliver a coup de grace. Now that's more like it. Just so. Magic and thievery are subtler arts than that of the blade. Warriors are simple men, favor the direct approach. Your ways are different, but no less formidable. Well said, my friend. I have nothing but the deepest respect for your fighting skills. The both of you, that is. Is something the matter, Furion? You've been silent for some time now. If you have something to say, let us hear it. I have the deepest respect for your ability to go on and on about nothing. Maybe next time I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, not bad, eh? This is Highlands chicken, right? It's been grilled to perfection. And this squid is the best to be found in Fisher's Bay. Can you taste the ocean? Shucks, Tress, you might want to think about slowing down there. Indeed, the girl is so slight. Where does she put in it all? Speaking of grub, I suppose you mostly just eat what you hunt, right? Such is the life of a hunter. When thou needest medicine, thou makest thine own, right? Well, of course, I'm an apothecary after all. But I can't always find the ingredients I need. Until I hooked up with you, that is. You fetched me darn near everything I have asked for. I'm a proud hunter. It pleaseth me not to fail in. I've got it. Whoa, you gave me a start there, suddenly shouting like that. Thou hast got it. What hast thou got, pray tell? The three of us should go into business together. Huh? What does thou meanin'? You can hunt for ingredients. Alvin will mix them into medicine. And then I can take charge of selling the product. We'd make a perfect team. A venture that would make the most of our individual talents. That will make us an intriguing proposal. I know, right? We could really rake it in, so let's do it. What better time than the present, eh? I declare us open for business. Or can I think about this a bit? And I as well. What's there to think about? Come on, you've got to grab the bull by its horns. Thing is, I'm not wanting for money. I too possess all that I need. I never thought making money could be such a deal breaker. Ah, how relaxing. A fine tavern, wouldn't you say? Indeed, the spirits are excellent and all the better in the company of such lovely women. Excuse me? That's not very professional, Professor. It isn't? Oh, forgive me. Telling me, Primrose, thou hast danced in taverns before, yes? That's right. I could not imagine dancing in front of anyone, let alone drunken strangers. Truth be told, I envy thy talent and the joy that those surely feel in. I dare say Primrose brings a lot of joy to her audience as well. By the time she's taken a few steps, she has the entire room under her spell. Heh, you have a way with words, Professor. Perhaps we could all dance together next time. Oh, to be taught by Primrose, star of the stage, would be an honor indeed. I fear it may not come into me easily. Oh, it's simple enough. You just need to listen to the music and move in time with it. You don't have to be perfect or anything. Just enjoy yourself. Does Spouts really believe in so? Well, I for one am game. Nothing ventured, as they say. Heh, splendid. May I have this dance? Sorry, like this? And 1 and 2 and 3, is this right? Gods have mercy. Watching these two is like watching despair in motion. What sayest thou, Primrose? Well, I know, let's have another drink. This is a tavern after all, not a dance hall. I told thee, did I not? Yes, quite. Maybe there's something to be said for sticking with what you know, eh? Oh no! What's the matter, Tressa? Look at my skin, Ophelia. I've got this nasty boil. I guess I haven't been taking very good care of myself lately, but it sure isn't easy with all this traveling and fighting. I know what you mean. My hair is all frazzled and frayed. But I suppose it's no use. Good nights of sleep and warm baths are a luxury on the road, after all. Not that men seem to care much. Indeed. Ahem, something the matter, fair ladies? Oh look, it's the old medicine man. Hey, who are you calling old? Hey, I'm just teasing, Alpin. Anyway, what brings you here? It seems he's brought us something. You bet I have. Feast your eyes on this. This here is lovely lace, a herb known for smoothing and softening the skin. Rub it on any blotches, wrinkles, or boils and watch them fade away. And that's not all. Mix it with water and run it through your hair to make your locks glow like silk. Why, it sounds like a miracle. Wow, you really do have all sorts of treasures in that bag of yours. Haha, it's just what I do. So if I want some of this, how much would that cost me? I wouldn't think of selling it to my friends. It's yours for free. Aw, you're too kind. It's like he was sent down to us by Ulfric himself. Hey Honnet, you've got a cute pet there. Pet? I must agree, your snow leopard is absolutely beautiful. Ah, Pal speaks of Linde. I thought you guys would have known everything about Linde by now, considering how far in the story we are. A beautiful beast she is, but she is no pet. She is my comrade. Even better, no? Indeed, she was gifted to me by a fortune teller when I was but an infant. She have always been at my side and we haven't grown up together. We know everything about each other. We haven't no secrets. You don't say. Does Val enjoying the company of beasts, Tressa? Oh sure, I have a pet squirrel back home. Squirrels are shy creatures, aren't they? Can they be tamed? They sure can. Ours even helps out when we're buying supplies. She's got a nose for the ripest nuts and fruit, which we can turn around and sell for a big profit. A little merchant squirrel. How adorable. Charming indeed. What about you, Primrose? Do you have any pets? No, I don't. Although people often tell me I'm a lot like a cat. I can see that. You know how cats act like they want to be left alone, but then end up following you and sitting on your lap? I too can see a resemblance. Is that supposed to be a compliment? I think it's fascinating how we managed to find each other in this great big world. Don't you? Aye, 'tis as if fate have drawn us together. I look forward to hearing everyone's stories. As do I. Everyone, no matter how grand or humble, has their own story to tell. I want to know more about your hometowns. Were there any tasty foods there? Well, I always tell visitors to try our winter vegetable soup. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I love vegetables. It's probably good for your skin too. And just one sip will warm you right up. How about you, Honnet? What's the food back home like? It is good, but in my village there is an inn that serveth wild boar roasted over an open fire. Truth be told, it is the finest food I have ever tasted. Roasted boar? Gosh. That does sound good, but perhaps not the most romantic choice. Romantic? You mean like sharing a delicious meal with a special someone, right? Master and I oft ate together. Does that count as romantic? Don't tell me you've never been romanced before. I see I have a lot of explaining to do. It's like this. Ooh. Primrose, you have to tell us more. Yes, please, impart us with your wisdom. I too have some interest in what you knowest. Alright then, we'll start by you telling me what kind of men you like. Honnet, you first. What's your type? Me? Well, I have not fought upon it, truth be told. Perhaps someone who is stronger than me. Eh? But if such men exist, they must be ever so rare. Thinkest thou so? Oh, I wouldn't say rare exactly, but not common either. Every man has his weakness. It's just a matter of finding it. Ooh. I could listen to you talk about this all day, Primrose. You know everything. Thank you. So, Ophelia, what kind of man do you like? I was raised in the church, so I haven't had much opportunity to compare. But I suppose I'd want someone who's nice. Aw, how sweet. Oh, come on, try to be more specific. Narrow it down a little. Indeed, what does thou desire in fine heart? Desire? Well, there's no room in my heart for such a thing. There most certainly is, so tell us, we're waiting. I suppose it's rude to keep you waiting. Well, I'll try to keep it short then. I want a man who's compassionate, caring, thoughtful, and upright. He has to be able to handle a sword, but also be clever, like a scholar. Someone who's hard on himself but forgiving on others. Oh, and taller than me, of course, and broad-minded and tolerant, and generally wonderful. Well, you definitely narrowed it down. Indeed, so narrow as to exclude if all men that ever lived. You see, I knew I shouldn't have told you. This is so embarrassing. Ophelia, let me give you one piece of advice. Don't pin your dreams on a man. Ooh. How do you know so much, Primrose? It's amazing. It all comes down to experience, ladies. Gosh, I'm learning so much. By the way, Tressa, you haven't told us what kind of man you like. What? Oh, you don't really want to hear about my type, do you? Tressa, we're waiting. Well then, if you insist. I like a man who doesn't try to return merchandise after he's already paid for it. That's so like you, Tressa. Primrose, has spell advice? Tressa, you need to forget about trading for a bit. You can't buy a good man, you know. It takes love and affection. Ooh. I'll take that lesson to heart. As will I. We've learned so much from your experiences, Primrose. Now, what about me? What sort of man does spell favor in? Me? Well, that's easy. Someone who doesn't stab me while he's about to, just when he looks like he's about to hug me. See, what I like in a man is... Oh, will you look at that? We're out of drinks. I suppose we should call it a day. It's been fun, ladies. Let's chat again soon. But we're not done here yet, Primrose. Come back, Primrose. Hey, Tressa, is something the matter? Looks like you've got a lot on your mind. Well, there was a man sitting over there, right? Right. He seemed awfully cold with that cloak wrapped so tightly around him. Exactly, he was clinging onto that cloak for dear life. So I was just thinking, if you needed to get him to take off the cloak, how would you do it? Oh, a riddle, is it? I would challenge him to a duel. Should he accept, he would naturally remove the cloak of his own choosing. I suppose that's fine if you've got a big sword and don't mind getting into a fight. She's right there. You can't go pushing your way around and bullying people to fight you all the time. Then what would you do? Simple, I'd make friends with the fella. Share a mug of mead, tell a few jokes, and ask him to take off the cloak. How very like you, Alphen. It's easy to get people to trust you when it's your job to cure them. And you, Ophelia, how would you do it? Me? Oh, well, I don't know. Perhaps I'd take him somewhere nice and warm. After all, I wouldn't want him to take it off if he was cold without it. Now ain't that just like Ophelia? I guess he'd be more willing to listen to a request from someone so considerate. You know, I'm learning a lot here. I suppose you'd offer to buy the cloak, right, Tressa? You got that right, except that cloak happens to be a collector's piece. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't part with it willingly. But thanks to you, I know just what to do. I'll challenge him to a fight, befriend him, then take him somewhere nice and warm. If that doesn't do the trick, I don't know what will. Where did Linda get to, Honnet? She have gone outside, running about and chasing hares, I warrant. Of course. She's so docile and obedient, I sometimes forget that she's still a wild creature. Just so. Cyrus, I will let you not sneaking up on me like that. I might loosen an arrow into your side. Can we help you with something, Professor? I find myself most fascinated by your ability to control beasts, Honnet. If it were no trouble, I would like to ask you some questions at some opportune time. Of course. Truth be told, I am curious about all of B2. Primrose and her dancing, Cyrus and his studies. Fury and Speavery. That's so? Especially Fee. I wonder how my fingers became so dexterous. Practice makes perfect. Speaking of which, I have observed you sometimes writing and whittling with your opposite hand. Is that practice too? So you train both hands to improve your dexterity. Why so perplexed? It's not much different than you practicing your aim. Or Primrose practicing her dancing. Just so. Primrose, foul dose leaving our company and hiding myself away at times. I hate spectators during practice. I need to get a dance perfect before I can do it in front of anyone. You are dedicated to your art. So what about you, Professor? Do you practice studying? In my case, I develop my powers of deduction and insight by reading tomes and closely observing people. I attempt to guess what other people are thinking. It sharpens my mind, and I confess, amuses me too. That reminded me, earlier Linda growled at Fee in warning. Was that a warning? I suppose I should apologize for what transpired earlier then. Oh, what's that? You see, I was curious about snow leopard biology, and so undertook a careful study of Linde. From morning to night? Precisely. It's no wonder the poor dears worry of you. I hope this has been a lesson to you, Professor. That should do her. Now the ale's ready for drinking. And we're all here right on time. But I want everyone to know that drinks can be enjoyed all the same in complete silence. Come now, where's the fun in that? I now pronounce the official drinking games underway. Gentlemen, you may begin. I concede. Giving up early, ain't you, Professor? Indeed, you must forgive me, but I'd rather drink at my own pace or not at all. Out but not down, huh? He's a man who likes to savor his drinks, it would appear. I've got to hand it to you, fellas. Guys back in the village would already be under the table. Thieves who can't hold their liquor aren't long for the business. I too oft had needed drink in my younger days. Familiarity breeds resilience. Indeed, but there are limits. Practice and familiarity can only take you so far. Well, I ain't done yet. Another round. Alright, I'm calling it quits. Heh, you lily-livered milksop. I'm good for another cask. I know when to cut my losses, but I've got to hand it to you. You're stronger than you look. That's what they all say. It's a wise bandit indeed, who puts down his glass before his agility is adversely affected. It's just you and me then, Ulbrich. Aha, let the duel commence, my medicinal friend. Uh-oh. Oh ho. My god, he's like a bottomless barrel. He's been smiling and relaxed like he's only on his third mug. What's it gonna take to knock him out? Oh ho. Demons take me, but I cannot seem to stop giggling. I haven't been pushed this far in a drinking game since my contest with Earhart, a match that I lost. I reckon the next glass will be his last, though. Have I met my match once more? Alright, that's enough, you two. What do you mean? I'm just getting warmed up. Tell that to the Tavern Master. I declare a tie. You are both victors. Aw shucks, well if they ain't serving no more, I guess we got no choice. Exactly. Ha 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 ha. It appears Sir Ulbrich continues to be amused. Nevertheless, what do you gentlemen say to finding another tavern that's still serving? In the end, none of us can hold a candle to this guy. And that's pretty much all the tavern travel banters. That took a while because of how it only has a random chance to show up. If only random encounters were that rare. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this Let's Play of Octopath Traveler, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.